Hey, it's your boy Sneaky Fox here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my postseason predictions. So obviously, as you can see, Game One or Day One of the uh, American League wildcard playoffs have already taken place. So I'm a day late with this. I just thought that I'd get one out there. So I'm gonna make my initial picks anyway, despite like what the series is at right now. So, starting off, Rays versus Blue Jays. I actually had the Jays winning this one. I just believe they have like a young core, and I feel like Rays bullpen, like yeah, they're ranked number one overall, but I just feel that they haven't been in the postseason recently, so I feel they're going to collapse under the pressure. So, moving on to the next one, we have Yankees versus Indians. I actually have the Yankees winning this one, and that's just because based on the offense, when the Yankees get hot, they are a tough team to stop. Like earlier in the season, you saw them annihilate the Blue Jays for like 3 games in a row. It was at least a 6-run lead for each game. So when the bats get hot, they can definitely perform. Twins versus Astros. I am actually going for the Twins here because I feel they have better offensive potential, and the Astros pitching, they got Greinke, and to be honest, that's all I really see with them. They've lost some of their better bullpen arms, and I think that's going to get to them in the series. So then moving on, Athletics versus White Sox. We have the White Sox. Just the young prospects are going to break through, and they're just gonna tear up the Athletic pitching. Athletics do have the better bullpen. However, based on what I've seen from the White Sox this season, they can go on a tear at any time. They have Eloy, they have Luis Robert in center field, they have Grandal behind the plate. I feel like they're going to make some noise. Okay, moving on to the NL. You have Dodgers Brewers. As most people would say, I think this is an obvious choice, and that's going Dodgers first round. Cardinals have played the Brewers throughout the shortened season, and it just seems like the Brewers have a lot of holes to fill. And since it's such a short series, I feel like Dodgers are going to take advantage of that real quick, and they're going to beat up on the Brewers. Padres Cardinals. So obviously, you guys know I'm a Cardinals fan, and Padres have been on a tear throughout the year. They have Tatis, they have Machado, Will Myers, Trent Grisham, and then you also have Mike Clevenger, who they got in a trade earlier this year, and Dinelson Lamet. This is going to be a tough series. I do think that the Cardinals, though, are going to be able to hold strong against the Padres, though. If it were a longer series, I'd probably say the Padres, and like if it were a 7-game series, I'd say Padres in 5 or 6. But yeah, I think Cardinals are better for the short spurt here. Cubs Marlins. The Cubs have been dangerous this year, even with Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, like some of the bigger names not stepping up as much as they have. However, the Marlins are kind of a team that like has shocked the MLB, I'd say, just based on they were a team earlier this year that was stuck with COVID, so they had to make up quite a few doubleheaders, and they've just performed since then. Mix that in with some young prospects like Jazz Chisholm, Sixto Sanchez, and honestly, I feel like they can make some noise as well. So we're going Marlins over Cubs. Braves versus Reds. I've seen a lot of posts about how the Reds could be like a huge upset team. But that being said, I think the Braves offense with Acuna, Freeman, Ozuna, you throw a couple hits in from Albies and Dansby Swanson, they could be extremely dangerous as well. So I feel like Braves Reds, that's going to be a slug series. Like there's going to be an average, I'd say, of 8 runs per game. But I'm going to take Braves here. Just for fun, I'm actually going to go back and go through how many games I think each series is going to go. I mean, obviously, this one would need to be 3. This one, I think it's done in 2 games. 3. I think the Athletics steal game 2, but White Sox are going to finish it out. Dodgers Brewers, I think this is a 2-game sweep for the Dodgers. 3 games for Cardinals Padres. I feel like it's going to be a 3-game for Cubs Marlins, and this is a hard one. Just looking at both teams and like what each team has offensively, I think this is going to go 3 as well. So, yeah, a lot of these are going to be like tightly knit, especially since unless you're playing a division rival, which I don't think any of these games are, it's going to be different because you haven't had the experience of playing that team throughout the season. All right, so Jays and Yankees. So they've obviously faced off throughout the season, both being in the East. However, my initial pick was the Blue Jays, but just looking back at the later half of 2020 season, the Yankees came alive, and obviously they're only like a 5 seed, but they can definitely beat up on pitching, and Yankees showed that earlier in the season against the Blue Jays, like I mentioned. So I'm gonna go Yankees, and I'm gonna say this is a 5-game series, so I'm gonna say it's gonna take 4. All right, so moving Twins versus White Sox. So 1-game difference in the record between Twins and White Sox. However, I'm going to go with the White Sox. I just think with Giolito, Dallas Keuchel, that's going to be 2 great pitching performances. The Twins obviously have Maeda and Jose Barrios, but I just have more confidence in the White Sox bats than the Twins. So I'm going to go White Sox. And I think this one's going 5. This is going to be a tightly contested series. Dodgers Cardinals. So one big thing with the Dodgers Cardinals series in 2013 and 2014 was Clayton Kershaw. He came out strong in both of his starts in the 2014 series, I believe it was. But and it was like 7th or 8th inning, Cardinals got on him. So I feel that if the Cardinals are able to do that again, that changes the complexion of this series. So I'm honestly going to go Cardinals here. And I know it sounds like bias, but I just feel Kershaw, if he repeats his former playoff self, then the Cardinals should be able to take this. And I would say I'm gonna go 4 games. And I'm even gonna call it Dodgers are gonna take game 2. Okay. So Marlins Braves. This is another one where we were able to witness how these teams played against each other throughout the season. And there was obviously that big blowout game where Braves beat the Marlins. I think it was 29-9. So it was definitely an offensive slugfest. I don't think there's going to be any of the. I think these are going to be more tight games. Honestly, I think the Braves have the better pitching staff. They have some better offensive threats. I think this series is definitely going to go to 5, in my opinion. And I think this is going to go the Marlins' way. I think they're going to get 1 or 2 bounces that benefit them. And honestly, that's going to carry them through to the NLCS. Okay. Yankees versus White Sox. It's going to be a battle of the bats here. So, honestly, this could be another tight-knit series. Yankees have better starting pitching, in my opinion. I think they have better bullpen, but they're not playing in Yankee Stadium, which is notorious for giving up some of the quote unquote weaker home runs. White Sox, I think they're better defensively. So this is a tough one to analyze, but I'm going to say this is a 6-game series, and I think this is going to go White Sox. Just, I feel like Yankees are going to explode in 3 of the games. White Sox are going to contest them for 2 of them. The Yankees are gonna win 1 of the lower scoring games. I'm gonna say it's game 3. I'm predicting the score to be 5-3 Yankees. Calling that right now. And that's of course if these teams make it. But yeah, overall I think White Sox are going to beat the Yankees in 6 games. Moving on to the NLCS. We have the Cardinals versus the Marlins. This is going to be a interesting series. I say that because both teams were out for COVID purposes, so they've obviously played more games in a less amount of days. I just feel like this is going to be a weird series. Not everyone's going to know what exactly is going on. There's just going to be a lot of weird bounces, I think. I think this one goes. I'm going to say it goes. I'm going to say it goes 6 as well. And I'm going to have STL on top. I just feel like Cardinals pitching could outduel Marlins pitching. It could last a bit longer. I mean, Cardinals got Flaherty. They got Kim, Wainwright, Carlos Martinez. I just feel like Cardinals pitching department's a little bit stronger than the Marlins. So that leaves us with the World Series pick. White Sox versus Cardinals. This is going to be an interesting series as well. So these teams obviously played during the season. It was right after the Cardinals came back from their COVID break. Honestly, I think that this game or this series is going to go. We'll go 6 as well. I think it's going to go. Yeah, I'm just going to put like White Sox wins on top, Cardinals on the bottom. So game 1 will go to the White Sox. Game 2 will go to the Cardinals. So they're going to split the first two. Then I feel White Sox are going to get a strong Game 3 performance, and the Cardinals are going to close it out over the next few games. So they'll get games 4, 5, and 6. But yeah, overall I have the Cardinals winning this one. It's definitely going to be a different postseason because they're all in like a quote unquote bubble. So they're not playing at the remote parks, which I don't think it gives any team any boost because the NL are playing out in Los Angeles and then the NL are playing in Texas. So Dodgers aren't at their home ballpark. So yeah, it's definitely going to be fun to watch in my opinion, but I don't know. Only time will tell like what's actually going to happen with this. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Anything to help out the channel is greatly appreciated, and I will see you next time.